It's a beautiful Sunday for a baseball game in the great state of Arizona, and the Diamondbacks are trying to put a series of victory and head out onto the road against these Milwaukee Brewers. Indoor baseball on a warm day, and of course a family day at the ballpark. Family days, as always, brought to you by our good friends and partners with Sanderson Ford and Lincoln. Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. This is Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. Glad to have you with us today, and glad to have Daniel Hudson back in the rotation. He won 16 games a season ago. He last pitched on April the 18th. It's almost like making a big trade.
Yeah, it really is, and it's good to have Daniel Hudson back. You're starting to see some good news. Miguel Montero getting extended for 5 years. Now Daniel Hudson coming back. It's starting to come together slowly but surely. The Diamondbacks find themselves a little further back than where they want to be, but certainly getting this young man back in the starting rotation and healthy is going to be a big boost, Darren.
Young came back the other day. Hudson comes back today. You hope in the month of June Stephen Drew returns as well, and you hope this club is playing meaningful games late in the season. What would help is to have a series win for the Arizona Diamondbacks. When we come back, the Brewers going toe-to-toe with the Diamondbacks. Our national anthem on this Memorial Day weekend is coming up right after this.
Fans, please join us as we pay tribute to the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who have made the ultimate sacrifice during Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom, and throughout all past conflicts fought to ensure our nation's liberty. At this time, the Arizona Diamondbacks, Milwaukee Brewers, and Major League Baseball ask that you join us in a moment of silence to honor those brave men and women who sacrificed their lives while serving and protecting our nation and defending the freedoms we enjoy today. Thank you. Now please direct your attention to the field as we honor the United States of America and pay tribute to the active and retired men and women of our armed forces. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Milwaukee Brewers invite you to join in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner performed by the Flagstaff High School Band.
High School Band.
Diamondbacks baseball presented by Sanderson Ford and Sanderson Lincoln on Bell Road. Summer's here. Put those shades on. Enjoy it. Coming out to the yard. We have got a host of families gathered here at Chase for the Brewers and the Diamondbacks with 25-year-old right-hander Daniel Hudson ready to go to work. It's been a long time, but away he goes with the fastball, and we are underway at 94 miles an hour. Numbers presented by Arizona Ford dealers. It's just 3 starts. You almost should just start over at 0. He did struggle against the Colorado Rockies on the road. Otherwise, he was fine in his last outing against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's a slider and a good one. 0-2 the count. Hart batting in the leadoff spot is back in the outfield, Corey Hart. That one bounces in there and into the dirt it goes. I guess you could almost, as you see the numbers on Hart, always a home run threat and all over the ballpark. That means from foul line to foul line. Played first last night with fear because he told us that. Up and in, 2-2 the count. So Hudson, I would imagine, has to battle overexcitement to be back out there.
I think he always battles the overamped situation that he even says, yeah, I get excited out there.
That's a foul ball and a rising fastball. Let's quickly walk through Ron Renicke's Milwaukee Brewers lineup. Aoki, Braun, Kataris, big on-base guy, Kataris. Ricky Weeks gets the move up. Green, Ransom, Niger Morgan, and Randy Wolf. Almost feel glad when LaCroix is watching from the dugout. Jonathan LaCroix, the fabulous timely hitter. A changeup.
He's having a heck of a season, LaCroix. And now all of a sudden, after jumping ahead 0-2, Daniel Hudson, one wide one away from a leadoff base runner. So now he's going to have to throw a fastball in the zone.
3-2 he did, and it was a good one. Hudson stands up there about 6 feet 5 inches tall on the mound. He and Hart would make a good tandem to play power forward if they were on a college basketball team. But it's interesting with Hudson, uses a lower arm angle for a tall guy. Gets a lot of whip with that arm and hides the ball with that turn. Fly ball left field. And if you haven't watched Daniel a ton, maybe you're just starting to watch the Brewers this year, everything moves, and so you will see a hitter hit a baseball like Hart. Think maybe he squared it up, and that last bit of jump, he can't square it up.
Yeah, he got that one on the label. That one got in on him a little bit. What you'd love to see is Daniel Hudson, when he gets ahead of these hitters, you'd like to see him put them away quicker than 7 pitches like he did Corey Hart. He's probably going to be on a pitch count today, Darren. I would imagine he's not going to go more than, maybe 75, 80 pitches today?
I think you can take him a little further than that.
Do you?
Yes, I think they will definitely keep an eye on him.
His last start in AAA, how many did he throw?
That's what we're checking on right now. I'm glad you asked. 0-1 the count to Nori Aoki, as that one is a good fastball. Good sink to that pitch. He threw 71 pitches in his start back. And
there you have it.
In a similar manner to how this ball game has started, folks, and Gracie, he threw 71 pitches in 5 innings, so quite a few pitches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you see him get ahead of Corey Hart 0-2, you see him get ahead of Aoki 0-2. Now let's see if you can make a 4 or 5 pitch out rather than a 7 or 8 pitch out.
The 1-2 to Nori is a chopper. Roberts will play it on an in-between hop, and he has an infield hit. Our Geico quote of the game early on to get the subject matter of Hudson really front and center.
Left fielder, number 8.
I'm ready to go. I don't have any pain the next day at all. I feel good. I'm ready to go. I just might not be ready to go 120 pitches on Sunday. I'm sure I'll be pretty pumped up. Well, this is kind of the subject matter, and good to have that quote. Daniel backed up what you were talking about, Gracie. He does get overamped.
That's a big league quote right there.
And he is not going to throw 120 pitches in this one. Here's Ryan Braun.
I'd like to get him up there around 115, 116. That's good.
Fastball, 0-1 the count. Braun.
We saw Ryan Braun take a swing like that against Ian Kennedy a couple nights ago. The very next pitch was the same pitch. He hit it out of the ballpark. Let's see if Daniel Hudson was a good student that night and maybe throws him something different here than a fastball away.
Blanco was catching. He's catching again today. That might help. Yeah, he moved the location, but Braun still fought it off and shoots it into right field. They wanted that one in.
He threw him the same pitch, a fastball. And the same result. He set up Ian Kennedy. He just set up Daniel Hudson. It doesn't have to be a home run, but all he did was talk by taking that poor swing, the pitch before. As you see, Aoki, a good job of getting out of the way of that ball, or that would have been an out. But he talks Daniel Hudson and Henry Blanco into putting that same pitch down, that number one. He just schooled Ian Kennedy 2 nights ago. He just did it to Daniel Hudson here this afternoon.
I talked with Ryan yesterday after it occurred, and I asked him to be honest and to say, take it how deep. I mean, was the swing and miss intentional? How deep was it? Because you weren't saying that, as that's a changeup and a strike. Ryan did say that once I missed that fastball from Kennedy, because he has a little jump on his fastball, I pretty much expected another one. And that's what you're talking about.
That's exactly what just happened. All great hitters can set up a pitcher. Like I said, I watched Ryan Sandberg do it for years.
Gutierrez fouls it off.
The good news is he's been ahead of every hitter. 0-2 on Hart, 0-2 on Aoki, 0-1 on Braun, now 0-2 here on Gutierrez. That's good news. That's a way to keep your pitch count down, is to get ahead of the hitters.
He's got a couple of runners to deal with. Opponents in his 3 starts hitting 143 against him this year with runners in scoring position. Ian, he's got pretty good command too. I mean, he hit his spot. I think he missed his spot against Braun. Even though it was a fastball, as you said, Blanco was set up under Ryan's kneecaps.
Do you think he missed his spot? I thought he got it in there. Braun's just really good.
He's very good. It got a lot of the plate. I mean, that was close to being center cut. 0-2 the count. No, there's no denying how good Braun is.
We'll have to see. I'd like to see it again here.
And I base it on where Henry was set up.
Okay. Diamondbacks want it inside. Let's see where it goes.
Henry's off the plate in.
It was middle in. You're right.
And I'm just saying, with a guy like Braun, Gracie, you better get it in. That's all.
True.
Right?
True.
Guys like you, I mean, good hitters that are he's looking for that fastball. Bouncing ball could be 2. To the bag. On to first, a double play. 5th one he has rolled up this year in just his 4th start. He wanted more ground balls coming into this year. He's got them. brought to you in part by Gila River. Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kia Motors. Visit your local Valley Kia retailers today. Chase Field, the captain of this ship, is Kirk Gibson, and Gibson saying one more day for Miguel Montero. He'll start in San Francisco tomorrow. Red Hot Willie Bloomquist, Aaron Hill, Justin Upton, Chris Young back in there off yesterday. It's Kubel, Paul Goldschmidt, Ryan Roberts. Henry Blanco goes back to work. Daniel Hudson, a very good hitter. Randy Wolf, the veteran, 35 years old. Career start number 352. He's been batted about. The Astros got him. He has had some tough outings this year. But his last one at home against San Francisco, much better. As a matter of fact, 2 of his last 3 starts have been a step in the right direction against the Cubs and the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants game, he gave up 3 runs in the first inning. And then through 6 shutout innings after that, he finished with 7 innings, giving up 3 runs. But that's a good outing. That's a quality outing.
And at Miller Park, he's been fine. On the road, he has really struggled. He's been doing it for a long time, Randy Wolf. Willie Bloomquist, who's red hot, drives that one to right field. We will hear from Willie at some point. He's hitting 8 of his last 9. Rates his batting average over the last week and a half about 60 points. So they get him this time for the first out. And here's Aaron Hill. John McDonald homered last night in Willie's spot.
Yeah, Johnny Mack had himself a nice ball game. And Gibby says, he says, I've got to rest Willie Bloomquist. He gives you every ounce of his heart and his soul and his body for 9, 10, however many innings it takes. And said, I got to rest him. I've got to look at the big picture. Now, Johnny Mack made it a pretty valuable rest last night.
Game 1 of this series, as Hill misses that one, 0-2 the count. With regard to Willie Bloomquist, he had a miscue, and for Willie and John McDonald and Cody Ransom, they have combined to make just 3 errors all season long. So, Buddy Ward for an inning. Right back to the screen it goes.
How about an Aaron Hill shift, folks? Yeah, there's your second baseman right there. You don't see Aaron Hill get too many shifts.
Brewers do it all the time. We've said it throughout the series. Brewers and Cubs do it like it's nobody's business this year. That pitch is low and inside. They talk about hitting lanes. When you talk with Dale Swaim, and we'll see the Cubs here down the road, he talks about hitting lanes. I want my defenders, he uses the word, in the hitting lanes. If a guy 1 time out of 50 hits a ball a certain way, I'm not going to put an infielder there.
Well, whatever Dale Swain's doing, it ain't working.
No, he needs some ball players, I think, as well.
Well, they're down 10-3 again today. They're about to lose 12 in a row. Maybe Dale Swain ought to play it a little more straight up.
I don't know if that's the problem. If you take a look at that roster. He's also getting pretty good starting pitching, not today, on occasion. There's a strike.
Oh, no, it's not. Randy Wolf was taking a walk. Bill Miller said, nope, it was inside. Yeah, George Contreras saying, what the heck? Well, what the heck is? It was ball 3.
Ouch, boy.
That sounded like it hurt. I got that big fella's forearm there. You can see he's already got a welt on his forearm.
Ooh, boy.
Good thing he's got some big old meat hooks on him. That one got him right in the forearm. Fortunately, that's not going to, other than a bruise, that's not going to do too much damage. But, boy, be careful out here, folks.
He's leaning again.
Get another one there. Come on, big fella. He's like,
checking his arm.
He's like, I can't straighten out my arm. I'm glad he's okay. Yeah, look, everybody.
3-2 the count. Bouncing ball. Long throw. That's an infield hit for Hill. Cody Ransom. That is a base hit for Aaron Hill, and good to see.
He hit it through that shift, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Now, Gracie, back to that man down the third base line. We got to see him in a minute.
Well, hang on just a minute. Look at Cody Ransom doing everything he possibly can, but Hill just runs too well and beats it. Nice effort. But you wanted to? What do you want to talk about? That fella that took that shot in the arm? Sure. That's what the Diamondbacks have needed, a big shot in the arm.
That's why. Here's Justin Upton. Slow curveball. As that welt grows, you know what? We're going to give him a contract.
You know what? I couldn't agree more with you, Darren Sutton. I think that man deserves a contract just for toughing it out.
4 free tickets as Upton fouls that one back to the screen. He was on it. 4 free tickets. Big discount at the team shop for the effort.
Bang, right there off the forearm.
Oh,
ouch.
Goodness.
I mean, it was immediately starting to swell and turn into a big welt. I'm glad he's okay. He's still looking at it like it's growing. And he's going to have a nice baseball-sized knot on that forearm for a few days. But but you know what? It's worth it because he's going to have 4 free tickets. He's going to get some discounts at the team shop. Good for him.
Yeah, very good for him as Justin Upton has him saying go Upton a lot. He's been patient lately. It's a hitting streak, but it's also a bunch of walks. Runner is on the move toward the hole, leaving his feet. Firing on a cross is Green, and so with a runner in scoring position now, Kirk Gibson trying to push the envelope a little bit. Every time a Diamondback player hits a home run this season, Fulton Holmes donates $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Chris has been trying to find his way, which is not a shock when you come off the disabled list. You sit for a long time. It's been a tough go of it since coming off the disabled list. So Kirk Gibson has given him 2 days off already in that time span. Doesn't take away from what has been big picture a good season. Parra had a nice night last night.
He had a very nice night. Got himself 4 base hits, drew a walk, he's on base 5 times.
And an incredible play in the 9th inning.
Great play in the 9th inning.
One and one the count. 3 of 24 since coming off the disabled list for a 125 clip. And hasn't drawn a walk in that time as well. So just trying to find his way. Timely hits have been there. Weeks pretty close to the bag on the shift already. That'll keep Hill close. Pop that one up and into the seats it goes.
Oh, he missed a good pitch to hit there. That was a mistake from Wolf. And before Chris Young got hurt, pitchers didn't get away with this mistake. Tried to come inside, left it right down the middle. Chris Young hit that one about 30 rows deep before the injury. But he's still a little rusty, and you can see it.
He can hit some left-handers. Even this year, 8 of 17 against southpaws.
He wants it in there, but those pitches are in. They're not much in.
You could hear Wolf that time verbally saying something.
He wants it, and he needs it to be successful. You can see that's clearly inside. And like Fox tracks and umpires don't always agree.
Can't say I blame him for wanting it.
Well, it's a ball.
It's a good pitch, though. And
it's a good ball. Yeah, it is a good pitch. It's not. You're not going to get hurt throwing that pitch there.
Bouncing ball out toward short. He got him to reach on a fastball away, and they got it. Ransom on across the diamond. Don't worry about that strike zone. And that man, what a great effort. ballpark with us. It's a scoreless ball game with Ricky Weeks to lead it off. A lot of gatherings, boy, folks. Ran into folks from all over the state walking around the ballpark today. A big group from Flagstaff. By the way, how about that anthem that Flagstaff High School performed?
Awesome. Awesome job by those youngsters.
Moving and spectacular. Happy Memorial Day weekend, one and all. We hope you have a great holiday plan. And for all you folks who work so hard, I hope you enjoy your day off tomorrow. Into the seats it goes. Ricky Weeks, a hard to explain year for Weeks. He did homer in game 1 of this series. He is a dangerous hitter throughout his career. He just hasn't been this year. And I say that carefully. I'm sure Arizona fans still respect what he can do. Right there. Just a belt-high spinning slider. 0-2 the count. Ricky is 1 of 6 in this series with the home run. Young man out of Southern University. In Louisiana.
Once again, another 0-2 count. 1-2 now, but that's good news for Daniel. It means he's got his good command.
First pitch, strikes 2, jumping ahead of hitters, as you mentioned. Getting to 0-2. Bouncing ball to short. Willie Bloomquist. And in time for the out. Well, on this Sunday, and we've seen some puppy dogs. It's Bark in the Park today. Our Kia key to this game, brought to you by our friends and partners with Kia Motors. Wag your tail.
Well, yeah, it's Bark in the Park, and you know, anytime you come home, Darren, and I want to preface the word home. Anytime you come home, a lot of times your dog is just so happy to see you, wagging his tail, just excited. You know, hi, 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 hi. And he's wagging his tail, and you usually bring him a treat, you know, something like that, something to make him happy. Maybe a doggy bag if you had visited one of the local restaurants. Well, so now that's what you want to do. All these folks, you know, that have come here, you got a chance to win the first series at home. What, you've lost 6 straight home series? Got a chance to win the first series at home. Well, that's like coming home from the restaurant and bringing the dog a treat. You know, just bring all these fans a treat and just watch them all wag their tail as you head off to San Francisco and San Diego. So just come on home and just give them a treat.
I think that's a great key to the game.
Scratch them on the head, maybe behind the ears.
I think that is a great key to the game.
And make them wag their tail. I think all these folks would.
Belted, Green, center field. Young is there. Chris hauls it in. The young slugger Taylor Green, who is Milwaukee's minor league player of the year last year, gave that one a ride. Well, when you talk about that key to the game, the Diamondbacks are 3-10 in their last 13 home games.
Yeah.
Last year, that just wasn't the case. They were a tough team to deal with in this stadium. I mean, a really tough team to deal with.
Got to get back to somehow, some way, getting back to that where you puff your chest out when you're at home. You know, there's a lot of dogs here that don't like intruders coming in. You know, you get a doorbell rings, they bark like, "Hey, you're not coming in here." I don't really have a dog. I don't have a pet wolf.
Did he go? Oh, yes, he did.
Ron Copa down there at first base. St. Louis native. Friend of the show.
Men in black today. Miller behind the plate. Culpa at first. DJ Rayburn at second. Darryl Cousins is at third. Good, lively pitch. Fastball in.
On Cody Ransom, we saw that. If you can stay in with those fastballs, especially right-handed fastballs, if you can stay in on him, he has a tough time dealing with those. You get those fastballs middle away, if you're a right-hander, that's when he can hurt you.
Over the top of a slider, and down goes Cody Ransom. 1, 2, 3, 5 in a row sat down. Wag your tail. Top can for a smoother pour. It's not just a good time, it is Miller time. Glad to have you back at the ball yard. Puppy dogs here everywhere. I was saying, you gotta let me stretch out a little bit there.
That was big league.
1-0 the count to Jason Kubel. Our kidcaster is joining us in a bit. Dominic Weekly. And he'll help us call a half inning. He is not. But he just did the public address and announced Jason Kubel, and I loved the touch. He said, now batting, my favorite player, Jason Kubel.
Wow.
Jason
Kubel's left an early mark on our kidcaster. Didn't take him long to find his adoration.
We endorse going off script and ad-libbing. And so I thought that was fabulous. The 3-0 to Kubel. And he takes a strike. 3-1 the count. Yeah, his assignment now is to announce guys as they come into the game. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2 the count.
Got him to chase ball 4 there.
Last 2 weeks have been very, very good for Kubel. He is on again. Let's listen. We'll give him a listen here.
Now batting, first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
He says the last name a little quicker than I do.
Quicker?
I say it kind of like Goldschmidt.
People love that, Gracie.
That was like Goldschmidt.
It was a little, well, I like it. He's his own man. He's not trying to copy what you do.
No, nor should he.
0-1 the count to Paul. And, family kind of day at the ballpark. We have the colored in Paul Goldschmidt coloring page. Good stuff. Last 7 games hitting .375. As that breaking ball bounces in there. To be more specific, Paul, 9 of his last 24. In the last 3 weeks, he's seen a batting average jump 60 points. You've got to think at some point, when you look at his track record as a pro and as a college player, the homers will come. To right field, heading into the corner is Aoki going back. Home run distance, but it's foul.
And you're right. Just history says this kid has way too much power and hits way too many homers to be at the pace he's on right now. And usually guys like this, Darren, all it takes is, he'll hit 2 in 2 months and then hit 2 in 2 at bats. And he'll be where he needs to be. He'll be between 20 and 30 home runs by the end of the year, I'm sure. But not this time.
Aoki makes the play for the out. Wolf pitching with a high ERA of over 6. And it's very interesting with regard to that earned run average. Guys that have ERAs in the 6s or the 7s might surprise you, because one of them the Diamondbacks will deal with on Wednesday when it's Ian Kennedy against Tim Lincecum. Clay Buchholz, I would imagine, would surprise you. Mike Minor has had a positive track record in the past, so some stunners there on that list for me anyway. Lincecum really hasn't reeled off 3 or 4 good starts yet this year.
No, he hasn't. You're not going to have an ERA that high, and it's puzzling. It's just like people are puzzled about Ian Kennedy's woes the last 5 starts. Yeah. Now you add quite a bit more to Tim Lincecum, by the way, who's won 2 Cy Young Awards.
Mm-hmm. Six of 13, you can see the very good career numbers for Roberts. And for Ryan, starting to hit. The month has been good, right around 300 in the month of May. Walking more. Fouls that one off. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more. Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with a large drink purchase. 4 to 6 the following day. Had a chance to go down for about a half hour of the Kidcaster demos today and listen to, I think I was a part of 4 or 5 of the tryouts. They all did great, all the youngsters, and a young gal as well. There's one thing I learned.
What's that?
At a younger age, I can't speak for every Diamondbacks fan, but between the ages of I had a 10-year-old up to about a 14-year-old, they all love Ryan Roberts.
Really?
He was across the board the answer as favorite player.
Well, there's a lot to love.
Unanimous.
He's the Tat Man.
It was unanimous. Favorite player. All of them said Ryan Roberts. And that, 4 or 5.
I'm sure they love the passion he brings.
Well, that's what a lot of them said. I mean, one of the gals who was 14, which is my daughter's age, so I can kind of relate to that age, talked about just that. She said specifically, by no means is he the most talented player in the locker room, but he seems to care more than anyone.
My sons, they're 2. My oldest, his favorite is Justin Upton. My youngest, his favorite is Chris Young. What about your kids?
Ryan Roberts, my youngest. Justin Upton, my oldest. We talked about it yesterday. Roberts, I've watched him over the last week on this homestand around the ballpark. And there's a time where it's open for charitable events where you can get a little closer to the field and watch batting practice. Every day he comes over. Every day he shakes hands. He meets kids. He's good with that. You mentioned Willie Bloomquist. Good with it as well. Kirk Gibson kind of mandates that without mandating it, if you follow me there.
Get out there and sign some autographs. Comes with the territory.
The key for Gibson is he does it himself. That's the best part of it. Runner goes, pitch out to short. Will they stay out of that double play? Nope, not able to. Not able to turn it. They would have had him. But Kubel went hard into Weeks. Weeks, we've documented, stays still, does not move at second base. That still, I think, broke it up a bit.
And that's all it takes to keep the inning alive. Now Henry Blanco, who's hoping for some fastballs. I think Ricky may have just gotten a little too fancy and ended up not getting the double play ball and giving Henry Blanco a chance. Henry likes fastballs, Darren.
He does.
Hadn't liked those breaking balls too much. Oh, he got a fastball and he took it. That's rare for Henry.
Miguel will start tomorrow, according to manager Kirk Gibson. Tomorrow in San Francisco, day baseball will be on the air.
Well, you hope so.
1 o'clock.
You hope to see Miguel. We thought we were going to see him either yesterday or today, and we didn't.
According to a skipper, it's a sure deal. Into center field and over to make the play is Niger Morgan. scoreless ball game. Anderson, Ford, and Lincoln Kidcaster. Dominic, good to have you here, my friend.
Good to be here.
Have you met this man?
Yes.
How you doing, young man? Good.
Good.
To see. I met you yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah.
Down in the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
My brother got your autograph.
Oh, I thought it was you.
No, that was my brother.
Oh, where's your brother?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Well done.
Right on. You having fun today?
Yeah, so far.
That was a very big league job you did over there on the introductions.
Thank you.
We like that
very
a lot.
well done.
Anthony, favorite TV show, River Monsters, cheeseburgers, loves the beach.
Yeah. All the Jason Kubel. Why Jason Kubel?
Well, I started to know about him when I was playing MLB 10 the show, and I saw that he hit a grand slam to complete the cycle against the Angels. And so far, I've just been liking him.
Very cool. That's a good reason.
Tell us about the interview you had with Jason.
It was fun. I got more answers from him than I expected.
Really?
Yeah.
And how many did you expect?
Probably 2. Like, I thought most of them were gonna be yes/no questions. So yeah.
But see, that means you're a good interviewer if you can get a guy that's kind of introverted. You know what introverted means?
No.
It means like a guy that's quiet, doesn't have a whole lot to say. That means you did a good job getting the most out of him. Darren Sutton's one of the best at that.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he is one of the best. I mean, he can get guys to just ramble on and ramble on. Well, a lot like him.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
We just never. Here's the thing I told him, though, Gracie. Jason Kubel is pretty quiet. And
yes,
then
he
got
is.
Jason to open up. What we're going to do with Dominic is that, we interview each player maybe 3 times a year unless they get really hot. So we'll just book him for every Kubel interview.
Every Kubel interview.
Will you come down and do every Kubel interview?
It's all you, Dom.
Sure.
All right. Very good stuff. 3-2 the count on Nigel Morgan.
It was a big league interview.
It was a big league, was it? Young going back. And he is there to make the play for the out. Now, you like Jason Kubel? What else?
No, keep talking.
It was a big-time interview.
Big time or
Yeah.
big league?
Both.
There you go.
Well, both. See, I like that. Now, besides the Diamondbacks, a Yankees fan. Please explain. Just hold your ground now. He tries to bully everyone. Hold your ground.
Well, they've been a good team ever since they made it to the League of Baseball, and they're one of the first teams, had one of the first best players. It was
Babe Ruth, right?
Yeah, Hugh Gehrig.
Very good answer. Well, of course, 2001, a long, long time ago.
Oh, what a fine year that was, Dominic.
You were what? Let's see. You were 10 months old when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
the
I
Diamondbacks.
bet you remember it like it was yesterday, don't you?
Yeah, I remember Gonzo hitting that hit.
Yes, he
At
did.
10 months old, you
Yes,
do. I like that. He's ready to be an announcer. He remembers everything.
Doggone right. No, it's all right. You can like the Yankees. Honestly, the Yankees are a first-class organization, and it was an honor beating them in 2001.
Our kidcaster, Dominic Weekly, joining us up here.
We like the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I like the Diamondbacks way more.
There you go. Attaboy.
A little roller out toward third. Roberts charges. Dominic, you were good luck today.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming up here. Great interview with Kubel. Great job on the PA. You're going to have to shake his hand. I told you about that. Dominic Weekly, our Sanderson Ford and Sanderson Lincoln kidcaster. He gets an A. He gets an A.
He was an A. A+.
Miller Lite. Visit local retailers and text road trip to the Miller Taste team at 620. It's your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyaway trips during the summertime.
Well, Darren, early report card on the guy in the batter's box.
Yeah, very good. I mean, he threw obviously a real quick inning there, getting out of a 1-2-3 during our kidcaster inning. But the reports are, for me, he's just killing the strike zone. And he has enough movement and change of speeds when he needs to. He's been fine. He really could be living almost all fastballs, though, as lively as it's been. Curve ball, he can hit. Did he split that gap? Niger Morgan runs it down.
Well, just hung up enough for Niger to run it down. He's got great speed. Daniel Hudson, we know Daniel can hit.
Oh, you bet. Hudson, a .242 career hitter with a home run, 20 runs batted in. Here's Willie Bloomquist.
All these guys with speed, if they notice they've got Corey Hart, who has hardly any experience playing first base. Boy, I love pushing bunts. Make a first baseman that's inexperienced, make him move around, make him try to make a play. Put the pressure on him. Same goes when it's an untested third baseman. Drop some bunts. Haven't seen it this the last 2 games with Corey Hart over there.
Well, and Hart will tell you, in all honesty, you know, he is doing it because they've asked him to help. He missed any chance in spring training to work at first base. He's played about 40 innings in his career at first and thousands in the outfield.
Just missed. Well, I remember back on my rookie year, Darren. I mean, for really almost my entire rookie season, at least twice a game, guys with speed, guys that could bunt, they would try me. They would try me, make me prove it.
Off the end of the bat, Morgan goes to the other gap. He's having fun out there. He runs it down. He loves playing in the outfield. Our Nissan text poll. Kind of fun to watch him sometimes. How will you spend the Memorial Day holiday? Watching the Diamondbacks. Will be on television with the day game tomorrow. In the pool, at the lake, or working. The people with the best jobs are the ones that are able to answer all of the above. If you're able to say all of the above, I want your job, because you can be in your pool right by the lake, still earning a living and watching the game. That's the person I want to be. Or E, the Mets.
The Mets. Very good. Tell you what, if you're one of those people that can answer all the above, then you're in Darren's tax bracket.
Oh, enough out of you. That one is lifted in the left center field.
Not you getting that one?
No, nobody's getting that one. That's a ground rule double. Over the head of Ryan Braun and up and over the wall. Aaron Hill with the two-bagger. A 2-for-2 day so far.
He's got the only 2 hits off of Randy Wolf. This one carries and carries. Nigel Morgan had run and got fly balls off the bat of Hudson and Bloomquist, but this one just carries a little too far for Nigel Morgan to run it down. Into the stands it goes. Okay. Just a double.
Time to go back to work.
Give me a ball.
By the way, Hill is now 7 for his last 11.
Whew. Good breaking ball for strike one. Let's see if Justin can continue to get big hits. He's been getting some big hits the last 10 days or so.
In the middle of a 9-game hitting streak, timely hitting. Hasn't been trying to do too much. We've talked about adding a healthy Hudson, what that means. Bringing Chris Young back. But when you flip from a struggling Justin Upton to a heated up Justin Upton, that's almost like making a trade.
It is.
He can carry a team offensively.
A heated up Justin Upton is as good as anybody in the game, and I'm including Pujols or any of those guys. Kemp, any of those guys.
The MVP ballot told us that last year. You're in the top 5 in the MVP. You're a good ball player. 2-1 the count to Upton. He's reached in 17 straight games. Big swing on a breaking ball that's down and in.
Oh, did our guy get it? Gosh, dog it, he didn't get it down. Yeah.
7 of his last 12 with runners in scoring position. Started the season. That was his biggest kryptonite. We documented it for you. Didn't enjoy doing it. Now this is the fun stuff for us to talk about. Does Wolf have something for Upton?
Made a good pitch there, but Upton was able to fight it off, and we'll do it again.
Two and two the count. Trying to break this shutout up. Fastball in.
He keeps trying to hammer that inside corner. Bill Miller is consistent. That's not a strike.
And that one was even another baseball further in from the ones earlier. He was hoping maybe Upton would offer at it too. That'll frustrate you.
That would have been ball 4 now. Which means, Darren, you're like, golly, I could have walked. But now, and if you end up, let's say, flying out on this next pitch, boy, you're fit to be tied until your next at bat. But if you hit one in the gap, you're like, oh man, I'm so glad I check swung and didn't walk. It's such a fickle game.
All right, let's ride it with him. Breaking ball, he drives it toward the gap. It goes. It's run down by Niger Morgan.
He's getting his wind sprints in.
He definitely is. Little tubing on the Saw River.
As American, we also celebrate the men and women who have so bravely served that we can enjoy those freedoms, joined by Staff Sergeant Jeremy Conklin, who was deployed to Iraq a couple of years ago. But this is all part of Brad Ziegler's program, Pastime for Patriots. He gives people that are deployed or their families a chance to come out to the ballpark. And introduce your family first. A great-looking family up here.
Thank you. This is my son, Jaden, my daughter, Reagan, my wife, Rachel, and my daughter, Ava.
When you found out about this program, what did it mean to you that a Major League Baseball player would donate 300 tickets each homestand so families can come out and enjoy some baseball?
I thought it was great. It means a lot to us. You know, he signed my son's hat, my daughter's shirt, gave out some baseball cards. A great opportunity. We love it. And
your wife just got back from basic training, and you know, talk about your experience when you came back from Iraq, and you know, it's a war that's been fought far, far away, but it certainly has implications here at home as well.
A lot of support back home. My wife and the kids and my mom and dad, everybody supported me. You know, it means a lot. And this weekend, I just want to tell everybody to think about, you know, all the people that are over there serving right now, and you know, make sure while you're having your barbecues and stuff, think about them.
You know, have you had a chance to talk with, there are a lot of veterans up here, a lot of people that have been in Iraqi freedom and enduring freedom. Have you had a chance to share some stories about their experiences over there?
Sure. And some of the people here I even know. So I went over there with some of the guys here. So, yeah.
And you're part of the Air National Guard here in Arizona?
Yep, Arizona Army National Guard.
And what do you think of the game so far? That was pretty cool that Brad signed your hat, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, certainly great stuff being done by Brad Ziegler. We'll send it back to you. A lot of veterans up here. Every homestand, Brad donates 300 tickets so that veterans can come out here and enjoy some baseball.
Brad, great
Good
interview.
Stuff. We love that guy and his family.
Thank you for your service, sir, and all of the men and women, and for those family members on this Memorial Day who may have lost members of their family. Bless you on this holiday weekend, and we trust you have a safe and sound weekend. Ryan Braun digs in. That's a good thing that Brad Ziegler does. He's been at it for several years. He built it himself. You'll see him outside of the Diamondbacks locker room a lot, walking around on the telephone, because it's any fundraising, any charitable effort is a bit of a small business. You have to run it like a business, and he's always gathering a lot of memorabilia, autograph stuff, and it goes right to those soldiers. So
very cool.
1-0 the count to Ryan Braun.
Need more Brad Zieglers.
Boy, Aoki just kind of pesky this series, hasn't he, Ben? Whew.
2 infield hits.
Kept peppering the corner yesterday.
And then kept rifling balls down in the right field corner yesterday.
This was
so cool.
Brad up there, Tara Trzynski, who helps to run the Diamondbacks Foundation and the community relations effort. She does a great job, and Brad's up there just giving out some cards and thanking the soldiers. Something that stood out to me, and this is not at all, and I mean this by no means to be critical of those players that take time while they're down there right by the field. Something that stood out to me is that Brad went up to the upper deck to be with them.
Absolutely. That's just way up there. Great seats. Got to bring his entire family, see a ball game on Brad Ziegler. That's awesome.
2-1 the count. Over the top.
Nice pitch there.
It's a cut fastball, Gracie.
Yeah.
And you talked about it earlier, and you were right. It's just a real hard slider, for lack of better words.
Boy, you can keep it down around there. You're not going to get much damage done to you. Beautiful pitch.
Now, that's one that you can't really bait a pitcher into throwing again, because a perfectly executed cut fastball you can't drive. The 2-2.
Made him move his feet.
That's why I was looking for that pitch the last time.
Now, I would imagine Aoki going to be on the run here. We're going to try to stay out of a double play.
Daniel's still just 25 years old. He's calling for the breaking ball, the slower spinning ball. And he missed with it away. Threw that one hard. Ryan Braun took it.
And Daniel is ticked off at himself. Well, first threat of the ball game here for the Milwaukee Brewers. First and second, nobody out.
George Kotaris, 10 of 42 on the year. Lucroy plays most every ball game. It's a situation where you want the veteran backstop to be aggressive, because he'll take a walk. I mean, coming into the contest, he 10 of 41 with 17 walks with a 466 on base.
Well, you just got to throw him some quality strikes, and you might get that much needed double play ball like you did in the first inning with George Kotaris.
Gosh, he's rolled up 5, Daniel, already this year. This is his 4th start.
But
Outside.
unfortunately, it's 2-0 now. Yeah, and we talked about it. Daniel Hudson, when he gets upset, you have to go out there, and now it's Henry Blanco, but Charlie Nagy used to talk about, I got to get out there and settle him down, because you know, I like the fact that he has an edge to him and that he does get ticked off out there. But sometimes it gets to his detriment. Yeah, take a big old breath and get right back focused here, Daniel. See if you can make a pitch.
He did make a pitch. It is on the ground. 4, 6, 3, double play.
What a job by Henry Blanco. Noticing that his pitcher was starting to get out of sync. He was starting to get upset with himself. I mean, that pitch hardly had hit his glove, Henry Blanco, before he was right out on the mound to calm him back down. He makes a quality pitch at the knees. 4, 6, 3. Big time leadership there by Henry Blanco. And how about Daniel Hudson listening to his veteran catcher and getting right back where he needs to be. One big out away from getting out of a monster jam.
That runner is at third, and Aoki now. And it's Ricky Weeks. Fly ball center field. Young tracking. Still going. He puts it away. Assist there, as Gracie said, to his backstop, Henry Blanco. A family weekend from grandparents to puppy dogs. It is Bark at the Park. I've seen a lot of youngsters today and young couples as well.
We lead the league in love.
That we do, and
they're loving some cotton
and
candy.
Sugary treats. Forever young. I love it. He's letting us know.
Rod Stewart said it best.
You got to have a little edge to you to bring a sign like that. I like it. Look at that.
Well, that's a dog with an edge.
That dog is really not upset. The 0-1. That one is outside. 1-1 the count. I can't say anything because that dog right there is a manly dog compared to my dogs. So,
how'd you get talked into that?
Yeah, I think we know the answer to that. 1 wife, 2 daughters. That's the end of that discussion.
You've got the little 2-pound dogs.
I think 6 ounces each of them.
Yeah. Fit in the palm of your hand.
1-2 the count to Young. They all have big mouths, so I'm proud of their big mouths. You know I like talkers. Young, high fly, chased the fastball up. There was a time in his career when Wolf had a ton of success up there in the zone. He doesn't live up there like he used to.
He doesn't throw as hard as he used to.
Is that why?
Yeah. I think he realized as he gets older, his fastball's maybe a couple of feet shorter than it used to be. And when you go up around the belly button and letters, that can go a long way up here.
He was a Philadelphia Philly for a long, long time. As that one is away to Kubel.
And that's why I even faced him. He's been around a while if he faced me.
Well, he's won 10 or more games 8 times in his career. 1-1. He also has thrown 200 or more innings 6 times in his career. He had a pretty good year last year. Nothing resembling what he has gone through this year. Breaking ball is away. Kubel high pop.
What? Randy Wolf got away with one and he knows it. I mean, he tried to go outside corner. He threw it right down the middle. But they're not mistakes when they don't hurt you. Watch where Kataris wants it. Watch where it goes. Oh, baby. And he knows, oh, boy, I got away with one as he takes a big sigh of relief.
Wolf last pitched in this ballpark October 5th. It was game 4 when the Diamondbacks had their way with them. It was a 10-6 Arizona win, game 4 of the division series. 1-1 the count. Now you, Gracie, 20 total plate appearances against Wolf in your career.
Really?
20.
I was back in Philadelphia when they had those group, about 7 or 8 guys up in the upper deck, called themselves the Wolf Pack. They wore all these wolf masks, and it was pretty cool every time he pitched.
The 1-2 to Goldschmidt. Well, you had 4 hits.
4 for 20?
You had 4 for 15 with 5 walks.
That's a little better than
450 on base percentage.
Was there a home run in there? I remember
with
one.
With a home run.
Okay.
With a home run.
I thought he was in the book.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's only human.
He must have made a really rotten pitch for me to hit a home run off of him. See, folks, that's why I remember, because when you didn't hit very many, you tend to remember them.
Probably especially against the lefty. Hang in there and crush a lefty. Hot shot. What did you tell yourself? Was it keep that shoulder tucked? You had a nice career against lefties.
Well, we had this conversation a couple days ago. I was fortunate to have Don Zimmer as a young player that allowed me to play against left-handed pitchers. He didn't put me in a platoon situation. But I just, not a whole lot different than facing right-handers. Just try to go up the middle. Randy Wolf's just not getting that pitch just off the inside corner.
That one was closer than one earlier. That one was similar to the first inning pitches. He and Bill Miller had a pretty good debate after the first inning.
And in so many words, Bill was telling him, you know, Randy, the ball's inside. I can't give you that much.
Well, our director Scott Geyer with a great reminder. His brother's an umpire, Jim Wolf. So
yeah, he's going to probably nobody more in the game of baseball is going to give these umpires more respect than Randy Wolf because his brother's one.
That one's belted center field. Paul Goldschmidt. That's more like it.
Boy, a 3-2 long ball off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt.
Man, we've been dying to hear you say that.
Fastball middle. He got away with one to Jason Kubel. He did not get away with one. Oh, goodness gracious, to Paul Goldschmidt. Way up off the batter's eye. There's a base hit off the bat of Ryan Roberts on the very next pitch.
That was a Fulton Holmes homer, by the way. Another $150 to the Arizona Central Mountain Rescue Association, courtesy of Fulton Holmes. Something about this ballpark that home runs to straightaway center field, because of that high wall in the line, they're pretty. I mean, they really have, instead of rattling around in the bleachers, home runs are all good home runs, but when you hit that batter's eye in center field,
carry them way back onto
crushed.
the field. Yeah. It comes back right back towards the center fielder with some heat on it. Oh boy.
Throw a little bit high. Hart does not enjoy playing first. They've got Wolf in the rundown now. And with the tag, out Ryan Roberts. But tough couple of nights on the base paths for the Diamondbacks. But Paul Goldschmidt certainly takes a step in the right direction. Get off that batter's eye, baseball. Had by all today. Guts, Glory, RamTrucks.tv pool.
That's for Mitch Riggin watching at home.
Good stuff. Got a bunch of Brewer fans. Look like they went to the hip and rented out the pool out there.
Absolutely, they did. And they didn't come empty-handed, evidently. It's good to see, isn't it? It's good to see. That ball was killed.
Well, we said it earlier. I mean, 83 home runs in the minor leagues in a couple of quick seasons. 38 as a pro last year. He's a home run hitter.
Yeah.
And that chest puffed out a little bit more now.
Maybe take a big old deep breath.
Hard to figure out where he's coming from, and maybe that's a good thing.
Well, he's from Texas.
I understand that part, but he could be 0 for 40 or 40 for 40 with 30 home runs, and you couldn't tell either way.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve.
APS Energy All-Stars, Randy Wolf.
They've both been awfully good.
And Daniel Hudson.
That's a good fastball right there. Perfectly placed on the outside corner, and a bit of a defensive swing there from Taylor Green. 2-2.
Green had a huge year last year. 22 home runs, 91 RBIs, most of the year in AAA Nashville. Toward the gap, that one goes. Upton is on the move. It's down. Young will play the carom. Green will stop at second base. And for Taylor Green, his third career double in the major leagues.
Boy, as good as the pitch was on 2-1, this one was equally not good. I mean, center cut right down the middle, and Taylor Green made him pay. Watch this pitch, trying to come in. Oh dear, right down the middle it goes. And Taylor Green does what you're supposed to do with a mistake, and that is pounded into the gap, and Brewers trying to get that run back quickly.
Roberts, even with the bag at third, infield, outfield, otherwise straight up for Cody Ransom. Line drive, center field, base hit. They're going to send the run on around. Chris will hit the cutoff man. And right back come the Milwaukee Brewers to tie it at 1. Cody Ransom beats his old team. That's his 16th RBI on the season overall.
Boy. You know, you understand guys getting hits. But then Cody Ransom drove in a couple of runs last night on a fastball down the middle from Wade Miley. What's he get? A fastball right down the middle. Mercy. It's a strange game. It's just a strange game. Now, I don't want to go back into what we talked about last night, but boy, it's just puzzling how that happens.
Change up. Nigel Morgan comes uncoiled. 0-1 the count. Fly to center field back in the third inning. His next RBI will be his first of the year.
That's equally puzzling.
And you think, okay, he's maybe a guy who hits leadoff a lot. Well, that's true. He's at the top of the order a lot.
Well, his last RBI was against J.J. Putz to end.
That's exactly right.
To end the season for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Back-to-back change-ups, back-to-back swings and misses.
He is 0 for 16, the man in the batter's box. 0 for 16 with runners in scoring position.
Trying to come in there once again, missed badly. Actually missed outside, which makes you wonder if Daniel's starting to get fatigued. He's at 63 pitches.
Henry sold him on a breaking ball. See if he gets it down and in. Oh, way down. Too far in. To the backstop it goes.
Boy. He shook 3 times to get to that pitch. And I mean, this ball barely got to the dirt. Holy mackerel.
So suddenly now, with Blanco working, it's an at-bat for Morgan with a runner in scoring position. A 2-2 changeup is nubbed to the backstop. Daniel has had pretty good measure of success today against Milwaukee. They had his number last year.
This club's a little bit different this year.
Yes.
Without that big fella at first base.
Very much so.
And a bunch of guys hurt.
Two. Didn't offer.
Well, tried to come in again. And that time he nearly threw a pitch out, trying to come in. So that's why I'm thinking there might be some fatigue starting to creep into that shoulder now. He only threw 71 pitches his last outing, Darren. Good at bat there by Nigel Morgan. Very good at bat. Got his runner to, instead of a double play ball, that wild pitch. Ends up now giving these Milwaukee Brewers an opportunity to take the lead.
You know, the velocity's still okay. You saw the CenturyLink high-speed internet high-speed pitch. He's throwing plenty hard, but I think what you say or what you're seeing is location.
And right now the Diamondbacks are going to play the infield in. You got to be thinking about a possible suicide squeeze here. Randy Wolf's up. He is a good bunter. He handles the bat pretty well. Has his entire career.
1-0 the count to Randy Wolf. Infield in, cut of the grass. Outfield shallow. Chris Young coming on in, not too shallow, but in a few steps. Two and 0. Angry with himself a lot of times, especially big guys, rangy guys, tall guys like Hart is one. Hudson is one. When they start to lose their mechanics hitting, pitching, it's tough to pull them back together. And Daniels, that front side is escaping him. He is leaving his arm dragging behind.
It's a bit surprising that no Diamondback is up in the bullpen. This is Daniels to do. Got him to chase one off the plate, 2-0. You'll take that if you're Daniel Hudson. Bullpen is quiet.
Two and 1 the count. Keeping an eye on Ransom at third.
Another fastball off the plate, another swing and a miss. You can see that ball's plenty off the plate. Every one of those pitches, plenty off the plate. He's taken two, and he swung it two. Well, if you can throw that same pitch, go ahead and throw it right here.
Ransom heads down the third base line. Popped up, foul territory. Bangs into the rail. A fan drops the ball. And everyone's all right. So we do it again. 55 career runs batted in for Randy Wolf. 5 home runs in his major league career and 33 doubles. So you mentioned it earlier. The numbers tell you. He handles the bat very well for a pitcher.
Going to stay with the hard stuff here. Fastball away.
Chopper, foul ball.
Ransom was coming. So he's going on contact. Now Blanco going to have a conversation with Daniel Hudson, try to figure out what they want to do. Watch Ransom at third base. He's coming.
Hudson back after 6 starts missed on the disabled list with shoulder problems.
Can he get the strikeout?
The 2-2.
I think he got it right there. Yep,
yes, he did. It was called at home plate. And they called with some help as well.
It's only the second one of the day, but boy, did Daniel Hudson need that one in the worst way. Now you got to avoid the letdown, Darren. We've seen it the last couple of games. Get a huge second out, and then a pitch or two later give up a big 2-out hit. There's the slider, and Wolf just could not check it up. Bill Miller called it himself.
2 outs has really been kryptonite for Hudson in his first 3 starts. Outside, Daniel coming in, first 3 starts of the year. 1 out, batter's 240. With 2 outs, that number 440. 11 of 25. It's just being able to lock yourself down mentally. He'll work from the windup.
Boy, heck of a play by Blanco. Hudson missed badly with back-to-back pitches. Watch how much he spikes this slider or cutter, whatever that is. And those aren't pitches, cutters, Darren, that you expect to be blocked. Cutters are fastballs, folks. You're not expecting those to be spiked into the ground. Now you're going to have to throw something in the middle of the plate here. You're going to throw a changeup. Interesting.
On 2-0. The changeup, a strike.
Hart thought it was inside. It looked like it may have gotten the belt. No, that's inside. Hudson got a break, and he needed one.
Boy, tough to get a changeup like that one called a strike. The 2-1. Broke his bat into right center field. That one is down. Another hit with 2 outs against Daniel Hudson, 2-1.
Amazing how that's worked out this year, especially in this homestand. A huge second out. About 3 or 4 times in a row now it has led to a big 2-out base hit for the opponent. It's only because the pitch is up. It was on the corner, but it was up around the belt, and that's how those balls, instead of being broken bat ground balls, they end up being broken bat fly balls or little pops that end up being just fine out in front of outfielders.
Every stop as a pitcher, you would have a good pitching coach. I had Howie Gershberg in the minor leagues, Bill Fisher, the old pitching coach with the Braves minor league system. The nature of a young pitcher is to say, oh, I made my pitch, and they broke their bat. Gosh darn it. And every pitching coach would tell you, get it down, and that won't happen.
Yeah. The reason that happens is because it was up.
So frustrating. Frustrating to break a bat and to give up a run. They're going to get that bullpen phone ringing. You mentioned, we were watching earlier, no one was up. Zagurski will start to warm. One and one the count. Four hits in this series in 7 at bats. Two and one as that one misses in. Ron Renicky saying, I've got to find a way to get Aoki in there more often with Hart if I'm not going to get much offense out of my first baseman. That's one of the reasons Corey Hart was moved to first. He's at first, but he's also playing first more. Have the both of them just trying to find offense.
Well, he's up there hooking fastballs. That's 2 fastballs now that he has pulled about 100 feet foul. I mean, these are fastballs he's hooking. That's kind of got to tell you to throw him a changeup, doesn't it?
I wondered if you were going to say that. Yes, that is sold me to throw a good changeup down and away.
I mean, when you can hook a fastball that much, you're kind of cheating to get to it. Let's see what Hudson and Blanco have for him. A changeup.
There it is. That's strike
That's not
3.
surprising.
Big inning for the Brewers, though. Ransom and Hart. The numbers on Hudson.
apparently thought it was bring your horse to the ballpark. This is Laurent. Lisa, he is a Mastiff, and he's about, what, 220 pounds? And you raised these. Tell me about this dog.
This dog is 3 years old. I bred him. He's a wonderful, wonderful companion, and he's also a certified therapy dog.
What is the upside to having a dog this big?
Well, he protects my house, and he protects me when I go out.
And what is the downside of having a dog this large?
Slobber, 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 hair, 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 and he's just big. He steps on my feet.
You know, and I also heard that he eats about a pound of dog food every 3 days.
I would say about 2 pounds a day. He eats a lot of meat.
I've seen some small dogs up here that are about the size of his paw. But he's got a great disposition. I can tell you guys, well, we've been out here. There are probably about 100 people that have come up to pet him, and he's a marvelous dog. But you have 9 of these. Is that correct?
I do.
I guess that's not only a lot of food, but that's also a lot of care.
It's a ton of care. It's my whole life. It's a big passion of mine.
Is it like a stable you have there? I mean, where do these guys sleep at night?
Anywhere they want to. They're in the house. They're in the house, and they're just a passion of mine. I've been in the breed for about 15 years now.
When you have a puppy with a dog this big, does it weigh 30 pounds coming out?
Nope, they're about a pound when they're born. They're about this big.
Well, they're marvelous dogs. And, guys, we'll send it back to you. I'm curious, by the way, how do you transport these? You bring them out of the ballpark. Do you have to have a trailer?
I have a huge van.
That is Laurent, a good dog, a Mastiff, 220 pounds, guys.
Beautiful. Thank you, Brad. What a beautiful dog.
Stable.
What a beautiful dog.
That was funny. That was very funny. A stable.
His question and her answer were both very funny. He said a stable. Everyone started laughing. She said they sleep wherever they want.
Anywhere they want.
I'm not going to tell them where to go. And they're assist dogs, too. That's the part of the story that I thought was really cool. Helping those in need, bringing joy to the elderly or to children. Bell, 2-2, the count on Josh. Josh in the major leagues, 2 for 12 with a home run, a long home run earlier on this homestand. As a switch hitter, Hudson is done. Wolf snags it, protects himself, and Bell is erased.
Shortstop, Willie Bloomquist.
Willie Bloomquist fly to center field, line to right field. His last 15 games, he has reached safely in 14 of those with a .330 clip. Curveball 0-1. Another floater.
That was a balloon at 61 miles an hour.
Again, Wolf coming in with an earned run average of 6.02 on the year.
But he's one of those soft tossing left-handers that have given the Diamondbacks fits up until Willie Bloomquist with a two-out base hit. Yeah, Willie B's he makes a good living off these kind of guys. He's been one of the few guys in the Diamondbacks lineup that has handled these off-speed left-handed guys. He lines this one just over the head of Cody Ransom. Cody Ransom's one of the better leapers in any sport.
Aaron Hill's red hot. He's 2 for 2 today, a single and a double. 8 of his last 11. 8 for his last 11. Goodness. And a late call of time. Wolf wanting to know, did you call that? He hollered out to his catcher, George Gutaris. Yes, I called it. Don't be mad.
Yes, I did.
1-0 the count on Aaron. Another shift defensively has a huge hole around the second base side. Weeks close to the bag, but that leaves a ton of space over there.
You can see Aaron Hill making a concerted effort. Try to hit that ball the other way. I mean, you can just hit a little dribbler and you can get it through.
Hill trying to move along the guy that he plays catch with to get ready for the game every day. He and Bloomquist. Grab a couple of gloves and a baseball, and off they go like when we were young. Bouncing ball, that's a foul ball. So we'll do it again. But Hill, away from the ball yard, seems to, in a surprising move, enjoy his friendship with J.J. Putz. Well, you position players usually don't like those pitchers, do you? You used to hang out with Rick Sutcliffe on occasion.
I was going to say, I hung out with plenty of pitchers.
Randy.
Yeah. Schilling, Randy. I just liked them. They won a lot. I wanted to be their friend.
But did they like hanging out with you?
Well, that's up for debate.
Okay.
Like to quote Kirk Gibson, well, you'd have to ask them.
Oh, boy. Happens again to the Diamondbacks.
Boy, they continually run themselves right out of innings. Painful.
Interactive kiosks right here at Chase Field during any Arizona Diamondbacks regular season home game. We are at home. It's Gila River Casinos. It is Kachinko, and it'll change your life. Zagurski takes the rock and he rolls. What's going on over there, Giggle?
Oh, man. I just never really understood Kachinko as being a life-changing event.
Well, you've never played them.
That's well said.
Oh, Ryan Braun, goodness, they still aren't enjoying his company. Singled and walked.
Which 13 times this year has cost an opponent a homer.
Mm-hmm. I just let the lion sleep in his cage.
Well, you got that right. Bronco taking the mound.
You're right, Zagurski. Last 8 games, Mike has been very good, or Bronco as you call him. 2.08 ERA. Kansas Jayhawk in college. Since Zagurski pitched at Kansas, they have actually competed in 19 different conferences since then.
Yeah, they've moved around a lot.
I really don't know who's where, except for like ASU
Anymore.
and UCLA.
Well, how about my alma mater, San Diego State? They're now a member of the Big East.
The Big East?
Yeah. I don't think you can get any more west than San Diego State. I mean, it's like right on the water.
But they're on the Big East.
Yeah, they're in the Big East in football. Yeah, just probably drive to their games.
Sure. The 2-1 is high, 3-1 the count. I know that they're really the Big East working hard to get Hawaii in their conference as well.
You hope so. It would only make sense.
Maybe get University of Moscow to join. 3-1. 3-2. Good fastball.
Well, Bronco's got a good fastball. He's got major league stuff when he locates it. And this time, he located it right on the outside corner. And you just worry now if Ryan Braun's setting him up again. He set him up.
High fly ball into right center field. The ballpark held it. He did set him up. He absolutely set him up to get that pitch.
I'll tell you what, that's 3 times now we've watched him swing and miss through a fastball and then barrel up the very next fastball right after that. This one, well, it didn't go out of the ballpark, but it went about 410 feet. But it's an out, and that's all that matters. But we saw him do it to Ian Kennedy. We saw him do it to Daniel Hudson. And now we saw him do it to Zagorski. And that's the first out he's made, but it went 410 feet to right center. Like I said, I know because I watched from the on-deck circle Ryan Sandberg do it for 12 years.
And boy, did Braun give me an all shucks kind of answer when I talked to him about it, admitting that yes, I look for a pitch, but I'm not good enough to do anything like that. I wouldn't know how to do that.
All the great hitters know how to do that.
I did predict one thing, and I'll tell you in a second what I told him. I said I work with a really good hitter who had a fine career, Mark Graves, and he certainly had high words of praise for you, Mr. Braun did. I said, but if I tell him on the air that, you really don't know much about it, he's going to call you a liar. So be ready for that. The 2-1.
Well, he's not
3-1.
A great hitter's never going to give away his secret.
No, they shouldn't.
Either.
They shouldn't. I got a smile at him as if to say, not many analysts have sent their guys down to ask that question. Manny Ramirez was good at that too, wasn't he?
I didn't play with or against Manny enough to really watch, but I'm assuming, he had to be. Our very own Matt Williams was excellent at it.
Was he?
Excellent at it. Jay Bell. You can fool me once with that slider, make me look bad, and that's the thing. Pitchers like making hitters look bad.
Of course they do.
Yeah. So if they make you look bad on a pitch, why wouldn't they throw it to you again and try to make you look worse?
If you bring a knife to a gunfight and the knife works just fine, you bring a knife the next time. I mean, there's no sense. You feel confident. That pitch is up and in.
So that's my point. You know, the smarter hitters understand that. Zagorski needs to find the strike zone now. He does just that. 92 miles an hour.
Just a tiny bit closer than that part of the zone Wolf's been trying to get. Just got a little bit of the plate there. Ricky awaits the 1-1. It's low. Nice job backhanding that one. 2-1 the count.
gas right by him at 92 miles an hour. His stuff plays at this level, doesn't it, Darren?
No, it does, and that's why they went and got him last year. It was an interesting deal. It wasn't a above the radar deal. It wasn't picked up at all. It was a deal you make on your way to the playoffs. You pick up a left-hander, can't help your team, not eligible. Kevin Towers made that deal for this year for Zagorski with Philadelphia.
It's just a matter of the stuff is good. The low 90s fastball, the sharp slider. Just more consistently throwing strikes is all Zagorski needs from being a full-time major league pitcher.
He's been a reliever a majority of his professional career, all of that time with Philadelphia. He's made 10 starts as a pro. Breaking ball week's not interested in that one. Went to a good baseball program before he went to Kansas. Hutchinson Community College. Right there in the heart of America in Kansas, northern Oklahoma. There's some really good junior college baseball and basketball programs. A lot of guys head right there to the heart of America, no matter where they're from. Now, he's from Nebraska, so that was an easy decision to make. Of course, Nebraska, he could have opted to stay in his home state and go to Nebraska.
Sure.
And Nebraska is now in, what, the Horizon League?
I think, yeah, they just moved. I think they just moved to the Big South.
Big South.
Yeah. I think they're down there with Florida Atlantic.
No, they're in the Big Ten, I'm told. There must be some Nebraska fans that are none too pleased with me saying that.
Well, they'll be just fine.
The 3-2. That is just off the plate. So now you're messing with it a bit.
So that's what we're talking about with Zagorski. You get a big out off the bat of Ryan Braun, and then you walk Kataris, who was hitting 240 coming into the game, and now you walk Ricky Weeks, who was hitting 155 coming into the game.
You got Green now, and you better be careful. He will have a tougher time facing a lefty if you execute, but he's got big power on mistakes. The Milwaukee Brewers minor league pitcher of the year last year, or hitter of the year, I should say. Outside, 1-0. "57 games over 4 seasons with Philadelphia in the majors." Base hit, right side into right field. They're going to test Upton. The throw way up the line, gets away from Blanco. Not far enough, though. And a huge add-on run, and oh, those walks.
Oh, those walks. Oh, those walks. And then Justin with a poor throw in from right field, as you see. Somehow, some way, it eludes Goldschmidt and Hill. And then Justin throws it about 30 feet up the line, missed the cutoff man, all the above. And so now the double play is no longer in order. And as you said, oh, those walks.
Nagy out to the mound to talk with Zagorski. And you find yourself in the 6th inning. You can treat a game like this when you're down by a run, much like you're up by a run. In other words, use your finest relievers, but you can't really go to Hernandez in the 6th.
No, you cannot.
You know, Shaw is the guy you were hoping to use in the 7th. He's now up and having to warm. You know, Ziegler's always an option. He has had far more solid outings than struggles.
And this is a tough matchup here for Zagorski. Now you got Cody Ransom, who loves to hit left-handed fastballs. Zagorski's left-handed, throws a lot of fastballs. And then Zagorski has not been able to locate his breaking ball as well. So this is just big trouble right here if you're Zagorski and the Diamondbacks.
Too many out of the zone, and he'll tell you the same. Infield remains in. Outfield straight up.
Ball 2.
Nigel Morgan waits on deck. Boy, Milwaukee would love nothing more than to take Morgan and Ransom and their mates hop on a plane this afternoon after winning a series on the road. Those are tough to come by. Road series victories. And that one's high. 3-0 the count. And for Arizona to grab that first home series win in quite some time since the opener of the year, got to keep it right here. He needs Zagorski now needs a little luck to get out of this mess.
Now the good news is, if you do walk Ransom, Nigel Morgan's a left-handed hitter. However, in this inning, Kataris, left-handed hitter, walked. Green, left-handed hitter, got an RBI base hit.
Cody started at third base last night. Starts at short today. Beat him with that one. Good pitch.
As you see, Zagorski's got good stuff. 93 miles an hour from the left side. That's pretty good, isn't it, Darren?
Left-handers that throw hard like that, there's not a warehouse of them anywhere.
No.
You can just go grab a few. That's why he was acquired. Milwaukee 5-14 on the road in their last 19 tries. Arizona hoping to keep that going in that direction. That is ball 4. The bases are loaded for Nigel Morgan, who does not have a run batted in this year. And will he get a shot to have a run batted in?
I don't think so. Gibby's going to go get Zagorski and bring in a right-hander to face a left-hander. That's how much Zagorski struggled.
AT&T brings it to you. And the 4 people in the ballpark today that have hit for the cycle. Bases loaded. 1 out. 3-1 the score. You have to stop it now. Tough assignment for Shaw. He inherits 3.
Diamondbacks have to play their infield in. Down by 2 in the 6th inning. You can't concede another one.
And you're looking for a ground ball where you can get that lead runner. Morgan without an RBI this year.
He still doesn't.
He still is without an RBI.
And
double play!
And Morgan was looking back. He wasn't running. He wasn't running. Oh, what a break that is for the Diamondbacks. What a play by Bloomquist. And a bonehead play on the part of the hitter. Wow.
It's inexplicable to me.
Well, Nigel Morgan, bases loaded, 1 out. He hits the ball to short. Now he decides, well, I'm just going to spectate. I want to see if I can drive in my first run. And it ends up Henry Blanco catches him napping. Now instead of bases loaded, 2 outs, it's inning over. And I would imagine a huge boost of confidence for the Arizona Diamondbacks now getting out of that brutal inning with just 1 run.
Well, and let's hope so. And, every play that goes on, eyes are all over the place. You can't expect the manager, so you don't want to put it on the manager that he actually saw it specifically, because I didn't see it.
I saw it
you
up
saw
here.
it.
Yeah.
So you're not quite sure where you're going, as that one is belted down the line. But you would hope, if you wanted to keep a room and keep respect in a room, that if he did see it or does see it later on, that you don't play anymore for a while.
That's it. It takes a lot of talent, Darren, and folks at home, to play the game at the highest level, the major leagues. And Nigel Morgan is a very talented young man. That one's driven to left.
Deep left field, off the wall. Braun will play it off the wall, play it well, but in, standing up. Here come the Diamondbacks.
And I want to finish my thought, Darren, if you don't mind, and folks at home. It takes a lot of talent. But it doesn't take any talent at all to bust your fanny. And Nigel Morgan did not bust his fanny right there, and it cost the Milwaukee Brewers. It cost 24 other guys a lot right there. And it makes an organization look bad.
Really bad. And their leaders, too, in that situation, that once they find out about it, I mean, you're just you're concerning yourself with your RBI. You're not even an RBI guy. That's all he was turned around looking at.
But all you have to do is just put your head down and run. Your first base coach will tell you what happens at the plate. He got forced out at the plate.
Upton into the seats. 0-1 the count on Justin Upton. Now, if you're Milwaukee, certainly you hope to stem that struggle that you had one-man cause. If you're Arizona, you really look to take advantage.
Absolutely. What does Aaron Hill do? 3 pitches after that incident, off the left field wall for a leadoff double. And now the heart of the order going to take their whacks at Randy Wolf.
7 hits for the Brewers, 6 for the Diamondbacks. Bouncing ball, ranging to his left is Green. And an unproductive out there for Justin as Hill stays put.
Painful there by Justin Upton, not able to let alone drive in Aaron Hill, but an unproductive out, as you said.
Now they want to talk about it. Young 0 for 2. Coming into this game, Arizona, in their last 9, hitting .330 with runners in scoring position, so the timely hits are returning. You can hit it over the second baseman's head as far as I'm concerned. 1-0 the count, Chris Young. That bullpen's rolling out there for Renicky.
Let's see if CY can get right back where he was. Kotaris and Wolf having trouble getting on the same page here on the 1-0 pitch to Young. And a little cat and mouse continues now with CY tired of waiting. All right. Here we go. My gosh.
Take a look at our text poll. You will be watching the Diamondbacks. You'll be working. Some of you will be in the pool, some at the lake. And whatever you do, enjoy it. Pause and remember those who have fought for your freedom. And enjoy your holiday.
Think of those guys over there. And females.
One and one the count. Is that Lowe? Cameron Lowe? Yes, it is. The big drink of water out there.
He's got a pet python.
Does he now?
Yeah.
All right, this is a bit much here. I mean, this is just a bit much.
Play a little baseball.
Come on, boys. Like we're playing over the line down at the schoolyard. Change up, and it misses outside. 2-1 the count. Chris Young. Huge jump, throw down, stolen base. Stole that one on the pitcher because they had poured molasses on the pitcher-catcher relationship, and good for Hill taking advantage.
Well, now they can get a run closer because of Aaron Hill. They can get a run closer now with an out. Even a ground ball anywhere is going to make it now a 3-2 game, so that's a huge stolen base. A sac fly or any ground ball now makes it a 3-2 game. Quality pitch right there. That one tied up.
He's been trying to get that corner all day. He finally got enough of it to get a call.
And I would imagine he's going to try to come right back in there. He needs a strikeout.
A lot of space
he's
on
going
the shortstop side of the bag. He did go back in. It is popped up.
But for Diamondback fans, it's safely foul, safely into the seats. And we'll do it again. Big at-bat here for Chris Young. I think he could use a little shot of confidence since his return off the disabled list. Don't you think, Darren?
Yes.
Make your hitting coach happy.
Will always make your hitting coach happy. He's like a parent, though. He's proud of you no matter what, but he's put in a lot of work. Popped it up, and to the seats it'll go again.
He's putting a pretty good sequence right now on Chris Young. The fastball's in. That one was to the outside corner. But to Chris Young's credit, he's fouling him off. He's fighting him off. He's keeping the at-bat alive. Desperately trying to get his team a little closer. After a huge, huge break that the Brewers gave them in the top half of this inning. Just able to nick that one foul. And this turned into a good battle.
Nine pitches with the next one. Bouncing ball, look out in that dugout.
Fortunately, that netting saved all those boys over there in red.
Crowd trying to get behind Young. Really playing him the pole on the shortstop side. Strike three.
Oh, yeah. That's a strike. Absolutely, Chris. Too close to take. No question about it. Too close to take.
Left fielder, Jason Kubel.
So Young will lose that battle. Boy, that's painful. 2 unproductive outs in this inning alone.
Kubel walked. Kubel flied to left field. There's a man who stole third and Hill trying to get you 1 run closer. He led off the inning with a double.
Takes a fastball down the middle for strike 1.
With runners in scoring position and 2 outs, opponents hitting 115 against Wolf this year.
He's got a 6 ERA?
Yep.
Oh, Bill Miller, the home plate umpire, ended up blocking that one.
Did it get him?
That one got through the 5-hole of Kataris. But it hits the feet, it looks like, of Miller, the home plate. Yeah, it sure did. Well, that's a big break for the Brewers there.
Oh, that ball was gone.
Yeah, that ball's going back to the backstop. Obviously, he didn't try to do it. He's got to stand somewhere. But that's a huge break for the Brewers. And this time he just absolutely corrals that one, does Kataris.
Big defensive swing, the 2-1, in on the hands, 2-2 the count. Kubel, a .365 career hitter against anybody that wears Brewers on their chest. A ton of interleague action throughout his career and some big hits. Outside.
Tried to crossfire, dropped down a little bit and missed. Now it's 3-2. Paul Goldschmidt on deck, who hit a long, long home run his last time up off the batter's eye in center field. Can Jason Kubel get him to the plate? That's the question.
Belted center field. Morgan will play it on a hop. Jason Kubel, with 2 outs, continues this year to hit .300 or better against left-handed pitching.
Oh, what a big time at bat by Kubel. The rally hat worked. Yeah, go ahead there, son. Jason Kubel, big time at bat. As you said, he wears out anyone wearing a Brewer uniform. And Ron Renicke's on his way to the mound. He doesn't want the Randy Wolf, Paul Goldschmidt matchup. You can just sense some momentum coming. Nigel Morgan's going to be part of a double switch here. Carlos Gomez going to replace him. And he might have some splaining to do in that dugout.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Diamondbacks on the move. Goldschmidt, Chaz Roberts, cool play of the game, more than 470 feet high off the base of that scoreboard. Chaz Roberts air conditioning, cool play. Now the bullpen opens up. Veras goes to work, part of a double switch. Gomez comes on. He's the center fielder.
We've seen Veras in this series. He was very wild a couple of nights ago here, but he's got very good stuff.
Breaking ball is away. Four, 9-4. Let's see. Inherited runners. He has not inherited many. None of them have scored.
2-0.
Carlos Gomez in center field. The last time Paul hit, he sailed it out of here. Nigel Morgan sits. We haven't seen anybody speak with him as of yet.
2-0 pitch. Missed again. 3-0.
Ziegler. And with Shaw.
Came in and pitched through one pitch and got 2 outs.
There's a towel wrapped around his arm, keeping it warm for now. Bouncing ball. Green gets eaten up. Everybody's safe.
They'll probably give that a base hit. It was hit very hard. It ate up Green on the backhand side. But 3-0 swinging.
Oh, they gave him an error.
Did they give that an error? That's a tough error right there, boy.
Boy.
That's a tough error. That ball was ripped.
Here's Roberts. So much for home cooking.
Seen some interesting stuff. Let's see if Ryan Roberts can make that error hurt.
Breaking ball. Just allergic to throwing strikes early in the count. That's the pitch right there that got him out of some messes the other day. It's a good breaking ball. Ryan off the plate.
Missed again, 2-0. Henry Blanco on deck. But you're not going to see a pinch hitter for Henry Blanco, are you, if Ryan Roberts reaches?
Well, only because you'd have to catch Montero the rest of the game. That's what your pinch hitter would be, and they're trying to avoid playing him until tomorrow. That groin injury.
There's a fast strike to the outside corner.
I mean, if he was healthy, it screams for a chance to send him out there and hit.
Well, we saw Lyle Overbay. He is lurking over there just in case Ryan Roberts does reach base.
Line drive, base hit, right center field. Hustling on around is Kubel. He will score. We're tied.
Oh, what a clutch hit by Ryan Roberts. Fastball away. He doesn't try to pull it. He just rifles it into right center field. Easily scoring Jason Kubel. Over to third base goes Paul Goldschmidt. And boy, momentum provided by these Brewers in the top half of the inning comes back to bite them. Now Henry's going to hit for himself in a tie game.
1-0 the count. Henry Blanco tied at 3, the 6th inning.
All this with 2 outs, Darren Sutton. That's good to see.
Overbay is on deck.
Well, that's a nasty curveball. Veras wants it. But he can't expect to be getting those. Not those just off the plate when you're all over the place. I think Bill Miller has been very consistent today with his strike zone. A big hit from Kubel. That huge hit from Kubel.
Yeah, all this started up with 2 outs.
Lefty on lefty. There's a fastball.
Two and one. Three and one.
Well, lost in this is the great job by Brian Shaw in the top half of this inning, Darren. Coming in with the bases loaded. Zagorski had all kinds of wildness and got a huge double play ball thanks to Nigel Morgan spectating.
He turned around to see if he had his first RBI of the year, and he was doubled up. Henry down the line. Oh, he gets him out of their seats, but it's about 100 feet foul.
Well, Henry likes fastballs. He got himself one there, and his eyes lit up. And as you said, it's about 100 feet foul.
Well, we had a John McDonald homer yesterday, a seldom used infielder. If Montero's healthy, Henry never plays. How about Homer and Henry here? Doing that breaking ball off the end of the bat. Blanco gets it done. Three cheers for the 40-something club. The Diamondbacks lead it 4-3.
Boy, Homer and Henry, you like to call them, but I think Diamondback fans will be happy to call him Texas Leaguer Henry in this situation. A breaking ball. He just goes out and catches it off the end of the bat and just bloops it out there in front of Ryan Braun. Goldschmidt scores. Ryan Roberts all the way to third. Yeah, Montero. We don't need to pinch hit for you, Henry Blanco. But we need to pinch hit for the pitcher spot, and Lyle Overbay is bringing it to the plate. What a year this guy's had.
20 hits and 57 at bats, a .351 hitter. Yeah, I tell you, you can't help but a moment like that appreciate it. A hit like that for a guy who sits and watches, encourages, catches bullpens. He's thrilled to be in the big leagues, don't get me wrong. He's not begging for playing time in Henry Blanco. But he still, I'm sure, yearns to have moments like that.
Of course.
That he used to have when he was younger.
Gas. An angry fastball from Veras. Right by Lyle Overbay.
Henry spends his days cheering others when they have moments like that, or getting them ready to play in the game. Good for him having one.
Henry, guys like Lyle Overbay. Yeah. Lyle Overbay will tell you, I don't want to play too much. Paul Goldschmidt needs to play.
The 1-1. Lyle on the ground. But it's the veteran Henry Blanco. Montero unavailable to pinch hit. Your assignment, Mr. Blanco. It was a huge inning. 2-out RBI. A ball to the left side. Roberts with a clutch hit. And then the old warhorse gives the Diamondbacks the lead. Gathering, young and old, glad to have you back with us. Arizona Diamondbacks baseball on this Family Sunday, brought to you by our good friends and partners with Sanderson Ford and Sanderson Lincoln on Bell Road. Easy shots to find, isn't it today, guys and ladies, shooting this game for us? Tons of youngsters, and they are standing and cheering and enjoying what is, you hope for the Diamondbacks, a victory and a series win, the first since their first series of the year here at home.
Well, a lot of really good things happened there in the bottom of the seventh inning. Some clutch hitting.
Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. Carlos Gomez. And just maybe the Brewers will never know, as Gomez hits for the man as part of a double switch in Nyjer Morgan, as that one is outside. Ziegler, busy, very busy this year, and successful. 2.33 ERA. First batters have reached quite a bit. He'll work on that right now. As that
good pitch. Goodness gracious, what a good pitch to the outside corner.
But you never would have known. If you're a Brewers fan, you just run your regular pace up the line. If you're Nyjer Morgan, there is no double play, and maybe a hit scores two. That'll do it.
That didn't take long, did it? Well, what a frisbee this was. This is a thing of beauty. The location as well. That's what makes it so exceptional.
And if there's a hit with your club already up, 3-1 going back to the end of that 6th inning. Hart to right field. Here comes Upton. A little basket catch and a stumble.
Whatever it takes, Justin. Attaboy. 2 quick outs. Let's see. Does he catch it clean? Oh, it tried to come out, but it didn't. Nice play, Justin Upton. Another good fastball to jump ahead from Ziegler.
I'm sure a lot of the servicemen and women that Brad Ziegler is hosting today and their families, a pastime for Patriots, enjoying watching his work. We talked about that earlier. The 0-1 swing and a miss.
Stop it. That little change up there, wasn't it?
Yes, there's a lot of those who keep us free and serve our country, all courtesy those seats of Brad Ziegler. Pastime for Patriots.
They thank Brad, and we thank Brad for that.
Just got a piece of it. Boy, is he pesky. But to finish the thought, Gracie, with the Morgan lack of hustle and selfishness turning for his RBI, if a hit follows with the bases loaded, if Morgan just reaches, which he would have, and a hit follows, that's the ball game.
Absolutely.
2 more runs scored, 5-6-1, that's it.
Puts the game away.
And you've taken the heart out of the Diamondbacks. Instead, he gave them hope.
And as we said, you just felt that momentum was going to go right into the it was the shot that the Diamondbacks needed. I mean, is it any surprise at all that Aaron Hill whacked a ball off the wall to start that next inning? You know, like any other sport, Darren, baseball, momentum is such a big part of baseball, just like basketball or football or whatever it is.
Kubel drove in a run with 2 outs as part of that inning. Henry did as well. Nice. Lovely ladies. One of them ends up with the foul ball. A little chopper charging. It won't be easy. What an inning for Ziegler again.
Only fitting on today.
have all the coverage. Of course, Brad Steinke reporting from the field and in the clubhouse. We'll hope to hear from manager Kirk Gibson as the Diamondbacks try to make this lead hold up. Another comeback victory, hopefully. That's what the Diamondbacks are hoping, as they hope to win a series at home for the first time since the opening weekend against the Giants. We'll have all of it here before the D-backs hit the road, guys. See you then.
Thank you, Jody, very much. Our Infinity game summary, 4-3 is the score. Arizona has rallied with the 3 in the 6th inning. Milwaukee could have had a bigger top half of the 6th, but a double play ended. Ryan Shaw came on and closed it down. Niger Morgan rolled into this double play. At first swipe, you don't see the key part of that play. It looks like they just got him. Here's why. Morgan looking for his first RBI of the year. Instead, he was doubled off. He was not running through the bag. He has 0 RBIs this season. And because of his lack of hustle, he still has 0 RBIs on the season. Arizona scored 3 about 5 minutes later.
Well, the momentum just shifted right to the third base dugout. Diamondbacks put up their own 3 spot. Now they're looking to add on here late.
Bark at the park, Gracie. The dogs, they need to wag their tail, you said earlier.
That's a big old dog. That's not a lap dog.
No, he's serving us one right now.
That's a lap dog. That's a laps dog.
That is a 2-lap dog. Yeah. He's good. He's ready to go.
He's like, yeah, oh, hi. Hi, yeah. That's a big old boy sitting on your lap.
Tim Dillard, a side wheeler, much like Ziegler, who we just saw out there. Line drive. Oh, Ricky Weeks on a backhand. Bloomquist hit it hard. Oh, boy.
A rope.
Nice play by Ricky Weeks. A straight athletic reaction play. All you kids out there, by the way, when you hit a ground ball and you have a chance to extend an inning, run, run, run. Look right at that first base bag and run through it.
Yeah, the first base coach will tell you what happened.
Chandler Little League is here. East Valley Baseball, Prescott Valley Little League. They're all here. So all your Little Leaguers out there, run through that bag. They'll let you know in your stats if you get an RBI later. Because if you don't run hard as Lucroy takes over behind the plate, your coach will probably have you running a lot.
I was going to say, you'll do a few miles.
That pitch low and inside. Dillard in the 8th slot, part of that double switch, the pitcher spot. Lucroy to take him the rest of the way. Lucroy came on to get the blood flowing to catch because he'll hit next inning. He's due up second behind Braun. That's part of the reason. Hanging breaking ball, and it's a foul ball. Is that our buddy down there? Almost took another one.
Did he get another one?
Nah, but right next to him.
Well, as you make your summer plans, be sure you mark your calendar for the 4th of July. Diamondbacks Padres game, the first 20,000 fans going to get 4th of July t-shirt courtesy of Ram Trucks. Then the fireworks will come to you. Relax in the air-conditioned Chase Field, and we'll open the roof for a post-game fireworks spectacular courtesy of Gila Rivers Casino. As that one skied to center field. I'm not done yet. Reserve your tickets now. Call 602-514-8400 or dbacks.com/tickets.
Well, like a thief in the night, you snuck down in there. Well done.
It's like reading War and Peace.
Goodness gracious. Bottom line, we'll see you July the 4th. We can't wait to see you. There's all sorts of stuff going on.
Come see the fireworks.
Yeah, we'll see you out here on July the 4th. Where else would you be? Justin Upton grounded out to third twice. He has flied out to center field, a rare quiet day. Huge swing, popped up, easy chance for Weeks. And Ricky puts it away. Nail biter, 4-3. Chase Field, Sunday afternoon. Is the score. The Diamondbacks on top of the Brewers. 4 people in the ballpark that have hit for a cycle today. The 4 in the ballpark. Well, Mark Grace is one of them.
It was a long time ago.
Carlos Gomez, Jason Kubel, and George Kataris.
You want to see? Look at that young Mark Grace. That was the home run for the cycle.
Nice.
How about that?
That's a good question.
And we still lost.
Which didn't make it as fun. Here's Ryan Braun. Braun belts it. Center field. Young going back. Still going. Got it!
I'll tell you what, Ryan Braun has hit about 900 feet worth of fly balls. None of them have gone out of the ballpark yet. That one was about a good 410 feet as well, just in front of the overhang. Oh, man. One to right center, one to left center. Ryan Braun's like, my goodness, what do I got to do? Well, maybe pull it a little more and it'll get out of here. One big out for David Hernandez here in the 8th.
And Jonathan Lucroy, he's tough, but you really don't like facing him with anybody on base. So you're happy that the bases are clean for this catcher. He's had an incredible year, 1-0.
That'll get your attention.
David here at home, 12 games, 11 2/3 innings, 17 strikeouts. Those are the season numbers overall. Opponent's hitting just 192 against him. And as for David and his ERA at home, it's 0. Big exhales. He looks to keep it right there. To the right side, hugging the line, foul ball. He had double on his mind.
That he did. But it is strike number 2. That might just open up the breaking ball from David Hernandez. Let's see if he goes with it. He's had a good one this year. He worked hard on it in spring training, didn't he, Darren?
He worked hard on it in spring, and he stayed stubborn to it early in the season in some key situations. Threw it, and not always with the best of results.
He wants it. He wants to throw it. Oh, he just able to hold up. Just a little too far outside. LaCroix, it was all he could do to lay off this bad boy. Watch him. I'm going to swing him. So, no, I can't do it. Well done by LaCroix. That's poor LaCroix. He's like, I can't do that twice in a row. I can lay off of it once, but you cannot expect me. My body can't do that twice in a row. Well, what a pitch. What a pitch by David Hernandez.
Ricky Weeks now. David, one of 3 relievers in baseball to not allow a run at home. Randy Choate, a left-hander. Henry Rodriguez, a closer. Neither of those two has thrown as many innings as David Hernandez has. A little bit low. Ricky, a walk, a ground out, and a fly out to center field. 1 for 8 in this series.
Oh, what a pitch. Goodness gracious, that was gas. Right by Ricky Weeks. Wham. I mean, Ricky nowhere near that one.
Breaking ball is outside. Just to describe how tough of a year it's been for Weeks. He has 3 multi-hit games, 3 this year. Jonathan Lucroy has 16.
Isn't that amazing?
Cody Ransom has more multi-hit games this year than Ricky Weeks with 4. To the right side, an awkward swing, a tough year, but no question about the man who set things up here in the 8th inning. What a year for David Hernandez at home. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Nissan, Big Tent, tremendous savings at Nissan's National Tent Event. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today. Well, it's not a safe situation, but John Axford has not pitched for a while. He hasn't pitched since Wednesday. One of the best closers in Major League Baseball is on. Hoping to keep it at 4-3 for the Brewers. An electric arm, as explosive as anybody has out there. A 4.11 ERA when he has had some blow-ups. They've been big this year, but otherwise 7 of 8.
Well, you see all the strikeouts, 26, but too many walks for Axford. Nine walks in 15 and a third. That's way too many. That's why he's got an ERA of around 4. But boy, when this guy's on, it's fun to watch.
Last April 18th at Philadelphia, Axford suffered a blown save. He went 49 saves in a row, successful until blowing one on May 11th against the Chicago Cubs at home. Chris Young, left field, on a line. Braun comes in, had a little bit of sunlight in his eyes for a moment from the windows, and Young is 0 for 4.
Left fielder, Jason Kubel.
Yeah, those windows, it's not. Miller Park has a much more dramatic sunshine effect. Very steady light here at Chase Field. A great ballpark, closed park as far as even lighting. Just a little bit of a slash of light through the outfield. And Ryan will be just fine.
Yes, he will. Jason Kubel, what a big hit he got his last time up. A big 2-out hit to open the floodgates against these Milwaukee Brewers. He's had himself a nice homestand, hadn't he, Darren?
He's had a great homestand. It's been a good couple of weeks. His quiet time, the count is 1-1. He had a time where started the year slow. J.J. warming. He will come in, look to lock it down. Then got hot. And his quiet time was just about less than a week, so it wasn't a major slump. Pretty steady guy, though, isn't he? I mean, he's not what you call a streaky hitter throughout his career.
No, I'd say he's one of the more consistent hitters you'll see. It was the same way with Minnesota, and all through the struggles for the Diamondbacks offense the last month or so, Darren. Kubel's probably been the most consistent of all the hitters. Boy, this guy throws hard, this Axford. Gas right at the kneecaps. Goodness gracious.
Kubel doesn't strike out too much. He's battled it more this year than he's used to.
Man,
Fox Sports Game Connect, a big part of the telecast, certainly. Interactive statistics information. Twitter feed, share your thoughts. It's at foxsportsarizona.com. You were saying about Axford.
I'm just saying, you better be ready when this big fella's bringing his fastball. He's got a very good breaking ball as well. Plus, you got to try to pick up the ball from his hair.
You see, he is a good one. Breaking ball, maybe did him a favor. It's foul. Plus, it was up.
Yeah, that wasn't one of his better breaking balls, but he got away with it. Yeah, he's talking to himself a little bit like, now see, if you're Axford, you don't second guess the pitch. You second guess the execution of it. Now, if you're Axford, and I think if you want to strike out right here, throw the same pitch, just throw a better one. Because right now, Kubal's thinking, or I would be thinking, there's no way he's throwing me another curveball after I almost just doubled. Let's see if he does it.
Fastball is in.
Just missed with 96. Goodness.
You know who used to do that, by the way, what you're talking about? When he was really on a roll, especially, was Dan Herron.
Oh, yeah.
He'd throw an ugly pitch, the hitter would give up on it, and he'd throw it again.
And usually with great results.
Fastball, Kubel, sit down, it did. Boy, what an at-bat by Jason Kubel. That's a two-bagger, but feels even bigger than that. You work against a closer, you earn yourself a hit like that, you've done something.
Oh, I just missed a double down the line, but Axford stayed with the fastball. Kubel just swats it down the left field line. Now it's off to the races. Boy, that was a pretty at-bat. He's just been consistently around 300 all year long, Jason Kubel. He's sitting right now as we speak at 299.
Trying to shake the one-run Blues, so they'd love to add more. Sooner or later, you have to win some one-run games, though. One or two ways to look at it.
Paul Goldschmidt swung the bat very well today. Oh, there's that breaking ball we talked about. Golly. Stop it.
I should have thrown that about 4 pitches ago.
Exactly.
When you were calling for it.
Kubel wouldn't be standing on second had he thrown that pitch.
Paul today is homered. He's flied to right. He reached on an error. It was a questionable scoring decision. Could have been a hit. Came around to score. Either way he reached, that's all that mattered, and he scored. And they'll be changing that to a hit soon.
Well, they should.
Became the full-time closer in May of 2010, so 2 years ago. His save percentage is fabulous, 93% since moving into that role.
Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. 98 mile an hour worth of gas right by Goldschmidt. And this is just center cut, bell tie, and right by Paul Goldschmidt. You throw that doggone hard, Darren, you can get away with down the middle. 98.
The day he suffered the blown save, he had to leave early, and always very good with the media. He left a note in his locker. His wife had gone into a little bit early on the calendar, some labor pain, so he went to be with her. And he left a note on his locker that said, well, the save streak is over. My poor pitching today caused my wife to go into labor, so I've gone to be with her. There will be more streaks. I've had so much luck and support to have the streak. Cliche, 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 he wrote. I'll see you tomorrow.
I like it. That's a guy that gets it. I'm sure the media appreciated that, too.
It was really well received. Big old piece of legal paper written in big black ink, taped right there to his locker. Took the time and wrote it and then hustled over to be with his wife.
Cliche, cliche, cliche. And here we go again.
Now they're working on discussions about pitch selection. They're not talking about at all. Are they maybe picking up a sign out there? Is Kubel maybe seeing a sign? Because if that were to be the case, Weeks or Ransom would have to come in. You'll take an edge however you can get it, but Kubel's not doing it now.
Goldschmidt fights off a 97-mile-an-hour heater. Fans, we left the vote up to you, and the votes are in. Gerardo Parra is going to be the fan vote bobblehead this season. Be at Chase Field on August 11th for. Oh boy, that's not written very well. The first 20,000 fans will get a Gerardo Parra bobblehead courtesy of freecreditscore.com. Call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/tickets.
3-2 the count on Goldschmidt. A huge add-on run standing out there at second. Again, nice job by you sneaking in
thanks.
like a thief in the night.
That was just so well done.
Roberts waits on deck. Got it. Fastball, 97.
Mercy.
Showed him just enough spinners to make sure that he could blow them away.
Boy, you'd love to find a way to get that extra insurance run in this situation. That's a lot to ask off of Axford.
Here is Ryan Roberts. It's been a good day. Couple of hits, reached on a fielder's choice, and RBI as well. Breaking ball misses away. Now, much like with Goldschmidt, he has showed him the breaking ball just to get it in his head. Makes that fastball that much better. And I'm guessing here it comes.
I would imagine here's the express. Well, Ryan Roberts had a good rip at it, but unfortunately, you don't get too many like that off a guy like Axford. Little father-son conversation with her. That's a good shot.
You bet.
That's when you say, here, have a lifesaver, young man. He throws 98.
Can only imagine what he would be able to share with them.
Gas. Oh.
Goldschmidt walking away now, but I think you choose to stand where you stand for a reason. That's how hard he is throwing. But I'm sure Gibson could share with the young slugger about all those early bats against Goose Gossage in which Gossage embarrassed him.
Oh, yeah.
Until he got him when it mattered.
When it really mattered.
That's a perfect elixir for what ails you, a story like that.
Well, Darren, even Ted Williams had pitchers that had success against him. I mean, it's just being passed down. And that's the great part of baseball. It's always passed down. Generation to generation, coach to player. And then Paul Goldschmidt will do the same 20 years from now for somebody.
Chased up and over our heads it goes, and now down below where it's a souvenir.
Unless he's like Jamie Moyer and he's still playing 20 years from now.
That's true. I'm guessing he won't be. Well, he's hanging around with him. Does he go back to that breaking ball? Does he trust it enough to get it down? Because if he hangs and gives up a hit, he will kick himself for 3 days. He did, and it was the best he's thrown of the afternoon. All right, 3 outs to get. Time to win a series for the Diamondbacks. Time to turn that tide right after this break. All game, come from behind win. It doesn't happen without your bullpen. Shaw, double play. Morgan, a spectator. Ziegler, a 1-2-3 inning on a Memorial Day weekend. And then David Hernandez had little help in the outfield, but otherwise embarrassed the Brewers with that right arm. Now it's up to J.J. Putz, who locked the baseball game down last night for his 11th, or I should say he's seeking his 11th, his 10th save of the year. There were a couple of well-struck baseballs, but they ended up in the gloves of the Arizona Diamondbacks in the outfield.
Yeah, he'll do it all again here on a Sunday afternoon, facing the minor league batter of the year right now in Taylor Green to start the 9th inning for J.J.
Green gives you a very small strike zone, but he uncoils on that baseball. Big swing. 0-1 the count. Split-fingered fastball. That's the one we didn't see last night. That was nasty. Holy Moses.
That's as good as it gets right there for the split finger. Wow. Well, if he can execute one more of those, this at-bat's not going to take very long.
He can work it down. He will grip it in that glove. Looks like the heat's coming. It is. He got a called third strike last night on a split-fingered fastball, and I'm here to tell you that you don't throw that pitch to get called for a strike. It usually gets hit when it's called for a strike. So he loves it right where he threw it to Green. If he throws it, he wants it right there again at the shoe tops. Fouled off.
That was another split, but that one wasn't as well executed. But you still saw the funky swing from Green. This one doesn't dip, it just kind of fades. And give Green credit, he's still alive. Oh, boy, this kid's battling, though, isn't he? That's a great split finger right there, and he's battling. I give this kid a lot of credit, Green. Those don't get hit. You can see Blanco going down to block it because that ball was probably not even going to reach the plate. But yet he scraped it foul. He's going to get a fastball here. Let's see if he can execute it. Wasted it upstairs.
Santiago Casilla, Joel Hanrahan, they each have 11 saves. That's 5th in the National League. J.J. trying to tie it up with them.
There's the split grip.
And here it comes. Got him!
Wow. That's one of those situations where a youngster like Green probably never seen a split finger with that kind of action on it. Wow.
You know, that one didn't bounce, but what made that one so good, it did have the dip. That also almost acted as a changeup. Yeah. It died at the plate.
And J.J. arm swings it. He throws it as hard. He throws it as hard as he can. Now, Cody Ransom, we know he's got light tower power.
A rare breaking ball. He doesn't throw many at all, but to Ransom, he sees one from J.J. 1-0 the count. Just spun it up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not giving it, Cody Ransom, anything here. Well, now if you're JJ, you just try to go to the outside part of the plate. Because right now I would imagine Cody Ransom looking to turn and burn on something right here. He's looking something middle in. Let's see if he can execute something to the outside corner. He cannot. 3-0.
Edwin Masonette, longtime journeyman in the minor leagues as a utility infielder. He'll await his opportunity.
Let's see if Ransom's got the 3-0 green light. You know, with the Diamondbacks he would. He's with a new team now. Taken all the way. Isn't it funny how baseball works? There's no doubt in my mind, Darren, that if he was still wearing Sedona red, he'd have had the green light on that pitch.
Heck, Gibson gave Ryan Roberts a green light in Washington, and Ryan was in the middle of a 1 for 30.
I think Gibby gives pitchers the green light 3-0.
3-1 the count. Outside, he walked him. So Ransom is on. Everything down and away.
I think JJ was very mindful of the danger Cody Ransom brings. Maybe a little too mindful.
Number 29, Edwin Masonette.
Masonette now with the call. Yeah, we've seen walks on this homestand. 2 walks and a blown save against the Dodgers a couple of days back. But the walks aren't alarming this year. I mean, his walk total is nothing crazy. It's the same as it was last year, even better. But this one hurts you because you're tying runners out there. Ransom athletic and good speed.
Good speed. Not a huge base stealer per se, but still very good speed. A guy that can go first to third on a base hit. A guy that can score on a double down the line.
With these hitters now in succession with Masonette and Gomez, long ball is not as much what you fear. They'll have to stack some hits up. 1-1 the count, Masonette. Though Masonette in one of his first games back to the major leagues, he's like a yo-yo, been up and down throughout his career. Hit a grand slam against the Chicago Cubs to help win a contest a couple of weeks back.
Putz looking for the ground ball to finish the game. Token throw over from the big fella.
JJ has rolled up 1 this year. He rolled up 2 all of last year. Double plays, that is. Two and one the count. A little bit underneath that baseball. Pushed it uphill.
Yeah, all of a sudden JJ having trouble locating the strike zone. And a lot of times that's what happens after you just dominate Taylor Green. For the first strikeout, you nibble and be careful with Ransom. And sometimes it's hard to find that strike zone back when you get to nibbling. Let's see if JJ can find it again, make a pitch.
To the right side, foul ball. Had him reaching out, couldn't do anything with it.
He did make a pitch. Masonette did a good job. I mean, he just missed a double by about 10 feet. But it's a quality pitch, down and away. Which opens up a possible split finger situation.
That's when Henry's selling him on. Let's watch. 2-2. He threw him a split. It's popped up. The pitch was up, but it doesn't matter now. 2 outs.
It was just something different. Masonette was committed to the fastball velocity. He started his hands thinking fastball. Then once it was a split, even though it was hanging there and he just had nothing left, and he popped it straight up. 2 big outs.
You saw that note a moment ago. The Brewers have made this ballpark, Miller Park West, for years. They have enjoyed coming out here. The Diamondbacks trying to end that. It has been a long run in this park against the Diamondbacks. Fastball is up. Milwaukee 11-4 in their last 15 games here at Chase Field.
So you need to wag your tail.
Outfield very, very deep for Gomez.
You have to be. And JJ misses again. Now Henry Blanco. We saw it with his youngster early in the game. You saw it with Daniel Hudson. He had to get his attention and say, hey, relax, come to me. Now, the old warhorse JJ Putz needs to be reminded by Henry Blanco. Come on, man. I need you to make a pitch here. And I don't mean something right down the middle here. You need to throw a quality strike. He did not do it. 3-0. Corey Hart, dangerous. He had 10 home runs on deck. Somehow that one missed. Carlos Gomez.
Three and one. Not only are the Diamondbacks trying to regain some of their team mojo, this closer is trying to reel off about 2-3 good weeks. It's been an up and down year for the veteran.
Can he get a elusive win of a series at home?
3-2.
And what that does now is it gives Cody Ransom a head start at first base. So anything down the line or in a gap is going to tie up the ball game. Good crowd here tonight, and they're on their feet.
33,481 in attendance. A well-attended weekend. Way to go, Diamondbacks fans and baseball fans. Runner goes, split-fingered fastball, got him. Oh, boy, shocker there. You want to talk about the guts of a thief to throw that 3-2? Wow. They haven't won a home series since their first series of the year. That was back in April against the Giants. They've won one now. We'll have a final thought about this one as they win it by a score of 4-3. My certain final thought is that this is a gutsy pitch.
Well, that's as good as you can execute it, too. Putz fired up. Henry Blanco fired up. Henry with the game-winning RBI. Putz with the save on Memorial Day. The old Warhorses had their say.